अलग से टेबल
अलग कहाँ से ले लूँगी यार, तभी तो बोला था आपको, आपने बोला यार रखो।
यहाँ पे मतलब
अभी लाइव चल रहा है।
लाइव चल रहा है, लेकिन ये घूम जाता है ना उसमें।
नहीं हिलेगा, मैं अभी
यहाँ से हटाओ, इसमें प्रेजेंटेशन करता है।
मैं हट जाऊँगी तो
इधर मत, कुछ हिलाओ मत, टेबल पे हिलेगा ना तो
नहीं हिलेगा।
Thank you very much, His Excellency Shivraj Nandala. Sir, I would like to invite you here because we want to give you something very special. So please come here. We invite Srimati Dolly Brisina, founder, Smartest, to kindly honor you, sir, with the memento. And Sonia ji will honor you with the bouquet. Thank you. Big round of applause for His Excellency Shivraj Nandala, Council Investment Great Mauritius High Commission. Thank you, sir. Inspiring talks. Thank you very much. Moving on, we now have NFDI presentation, a brief about NIFT Foundation and Design and Innovation by Dr. Ajit Kumar Nikam, CEO, NIFT Foundation for Design and Innovation. May I invite you, Dr. Nikam, please. Thank you. So you can even clap when the speaker comes and it's clearly both of them. Good. By the time the technical team is getting organized, I'll ask the students one question, and the student who answers, I'm sure I'll try to give you a prize. But if you raise your hand, stand up and answer. This building has how many floors? It was so simple. You would have got on 2 feet against Mauritius. His Excellency was here, you lost it. Anybody knows? Anybody from World Trade Center here? Sonia, you know? The people are out there. उसके ऊपर नहीं है. Okay, that's good. We're getting ready. Ready? 35, 31 something. Okay. The official number of floors in this building is 35. I never knew it until today. Probably the first time. Okay, students, another question for you quickly. When does the Tata IPL begin? You guys are so serious with your back designing. Whatever else you do, very good. Congratulations. You don't know anything else. Thank you.
Morning, guys. Morning, delegates from various countries. Morning, members of faculty of Mumbai. A number of designers, pretty ladies from various organizations present, and gentlemen. So I want to take you through what we are going to do as an action point. His Excellency from Mauritius pointed out to this fact that we need to export. And how do we do it? What are the ways to move forward? We have to discuss that. And this specifically goes out to the NIFT fraternity. What are the action points? So we look at that. So a NIFT design innovation incubator. A project where it started under the Ministry of Textiles and a company was formed. Early stages of company, there are always challenges. We went through those challenges. A new company for NIFT Foundation for Design Innovation was incorporated. And the objective of this company was very simple. You are a young student, you are a young entrepreneur, anywhere in the country with NIFT or outside NIFT, okay? You have an idea. How do you convert that idea into business? There is a faculty member who has been teaching for such a long period of time, wants to go ahead and build business. There is an artisan somewhere in the system. How do we support this particular person? So this foundation came into existence with this particular requirement that we will provide hand-holding support from ground, from a stage itself, to a time when you are ready to roll out in the market. I have a colleague of mine, Dr. Rashmi. Dr. Rashmi, if you could stand up, please. Dr. Rashmi is a faculty and is the Chief Operating Officer of Smart Wearable Systems, Mumbai. So what you see there on the stage are our focus areas. Home and spaces, that is inside NIFT Delhi. Apparel athleisure in NIFT Chennai. Smart wearable system led by Dr. Rashmi in NIFT Mumbai, and we are going to put up another one called Fashion and Lifestyle Accelerator. So whenever you start any new enterprise, you need to look at how do we run it. So thereby, Ministry of Textile has given us a grant and NIFT has given us a loan. So there are two organizations supporting us. This is an independent organization under the ministry, okay, with hand-holding support from NIFT. There are numbers, being very transparent organization. We are putting the numbers right in front of you, and we are also going to talk about the fact that what do we do with this money. We are buying equipment of various kinds, cutting-edge equipment to be used by any citizen of India who makes a cut and becomes part of this incubator. And it's only when you want, you're a young person, you will not be in a position to buy, for example, a 3D printer costing about 57 lakh rupees. We would provide access to that. Thereby, there are multiple machines we are purchasing. Will be housed inside NIFT Mumbai for smart wearable systems and fashion lifestyle. Some numbers for those who are interested in this, and this also goes out to my friends from the industry that we need your support. We want to build this ecosystem together, and when we build this ecosystem, all of us benefit. Whatever support Government of India can offer to you will be offered. I also say that fine. Today is what day? Are we reaching towards the end of the financial year? And somebody wants to donate to this organization and contribute to building this startup ecosystem, please do so. So we have all the paperwork in place for that. And I want you to specifically look at these drivers of the ecosystem. Instead of operating alone, it is better to get everyone together. And how do we do this together? So when you look at the drivers of the ecosystem, we would like governments of states, the Government of India, and governments of multiple countries to come together on a single platform. When they come on a single platform, then it is easy to connect. And what better way to connect is then to have a digital ecosystem for that. And we're building that. We're looking at multiple organizations coming. For example, I had a conversation with the Litra. They are going to showcase all the machineries at a single place. Here, another system. And this another very important thing, which is you cannot create an enterprise without a mentor who has done these things, not a mentor who has not done these things and is only verbalizing. We need guys on systems who have. So people, for example, who have started the business, 5 years they've done something. They can help the younger out. If we are able to create this kind of synergy, that people with 3 or 5 years of experience can be part of us as mentors to the next lot, it helps. When I look at senior corporate professionals, I find that there is a missing link. It is this person who has taken the risk, who knows the business in real sense. That person is more important to me. At the corporate level, yes, you've done great work, but the risk-taking capacity is with this person on ground. So I want to invite those kind of people on board to handhold the next generation of entrepreneurs. Multiple service providers, large corporates trying to understand what the problem is, and if we understand what the problem is, you create a startup related to solving that. Okay, so we would go ahead and create a register of problems. I also want to talk to my academic colleagues. You have done your PhDs, in the process of doing your PhDs. That particular PhD should serve the society. It should not be just an academic exercise, but you should commercialize your research. That's an important element. If you are not in a position to commercialize research, then I mean, if I can use that word, it's a wastage of time and effort. It is necessary. The new India talks about these things and put it in action. Thereby, we are creating this kind of ecosystem. We're looking at gender diversity. We're looking at health. We're looking at environment. We are in touch with UNIDO. We are looking at the SDG 2030. How we can contribute in that space. Textiles has got a lot of role to play, huge role. We've been sitting with the UNIDO team in Delhi on a regular basis. These guys have been coming to NEP, and we're trying to work out strategy. If there is a young person who is thinking differently and who can solve the problems of textile industry, please reach out to me, and I'll connect you to the UN team. We also have a gentleman from UN among us here also. During the lunch break, during the tea breaks, please network with people here. They need you, you need them. And once we put these two together, a lot of things can happen. So when we were doing this translation from one system to there are some issues. That's why it's not proper on the screen. But NFDI is an incubator which is looking at incubation and acceleration. And what is incubation? Can anyone answer this question? Simple. Okay. You pick up your idea, help you and support you and move forward. We're looking at R&D, we're looking at market validation and multiple other things. Please feel free to reach out to me. Under our policy, we have a policy, we have the concept of pre-incubation, incubation, and acceleration. Moving on that, we've been working with multiple organizations. We have given space in Delhi in exhibition at no cost. If you're part of the system, you will get a lot of things. But please reach out to us. Let us know what you want. If we do not know what you want, how do we take it up with the government? I am not an industry body. We are part of the government. Okay, and we would like to ensure that if there are challenges, if there are better ways of doing things, please let us know, and we'll take this forward. We're looking at internationalization. We've been meeting the diplomatic corps. We are in touch with a lot of embassies being based in Delhi. Doing that, we'll support you. You want to reach out to some place? Fine, we'll help you do that. Here are some snippets of interactions with the commercial people have been visiting. NIFT Delhi HO working on that. Of course, we met the governor. We've been meeting. Multiple activities happened. We also did a similar event in Bangalore. After this, we are going to do in Mumbai, and then we are planning in the next financial year multiple activities. And this engagement is very important to us, so that we know you, you know us, and we move forward. And so some thoughts there. So we want to look at mentors. We will be doing a lot of events. Startup India is a very important element. This is where my request to the industry present here. There are more than 7,000 odd startups registered under Startup India in the fashion and textile space. They need your support. That thereby we need that mentor connect who can help. They have got the recognition from government and what next? We have to lock in there. Thereby if we come together, there we could achieve a lot. I'm working with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. That also is an input to us. Corporate Connect, an important element. That's how we reach out. What about technology? I really believe that one of the oldest industry segment is textile, and if we integrate technology to this, lot of possibilities emerge out. And there we are talking specifically two things. I'm talking about blockchain and artificial intelligence. If we use these two elements from the demand side and from the supply side, we put that together, we would be in a position to enhance incomes in a major way. So we are doing some activities there. We are also getting connected to the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. So there are some of these things, and we really would not have time to go in details. But see, look at the numbers. These are exact numbers as 2-3 days ago. About 7,787. We're working on that. We've connected with certain industry partners. Of course, press has been supporting us. So what we did is young startups from NIFT, from outside, they went ahead and we gave them space. So there was one particular organization which was making shirts and other apparel made out of hemp and sustainability. So that became a very important element, and the huge amount of seller buying inquiries plus closure. With that, I'll draw to a close. These are questions of some future directions. We want to use textile infrastructure as a service. You have so much equipment lying in the country. Why don't you put together that in a platform and allow each citizen to use that? With this, I close, and over tea, lunch, wherever, we will have this conversation. I'm here for 2 days, and of course, NIFT Mumbai, you have Dr. Rashmi. And you know what? If I don't respond, she'll make my life miserable. That's how we work. Rashmi, would you do that? And she always does that. And as students, you would also know this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So, very interesting, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Nika. We now like to have a panel discussion on technology interventions in textile. Our moderator, once again, I'd like to invite you, sir, is Dr. Ajit Kumar Niga. So you're going to moderate the session. Are you there? You're welcome. And the panelists are going to be Ms. Sakina Ansari, National President, WICCI National Handling Council. Ms. Ansari, are you here? May I invite you to the stage? Okay. Mr. Ramiz Basmati, founder of Abuse, Kuwait. Doctor, nice to have you here. Please sit down. Please take it. Ms. Sakina Ansari, a warm welcome to you. Please come to sir. I would also like to invite Mr. Sachin A. Punekar, founder, president, and principal scientist, BIO Spheres. Welcome, sir. Kasekar, representative in South Asia Global Organic Textile Standards. So may I invite you, please? Thank you. You're part of the moderators team. A warm welcome, please. Please take your seat. And finally, Ms. Dolly Wasim, founder, SmartEdge. Madam, a warm welcome to you. Thank you. You're all got mics, and I've got it here that Dr. Ajit Nikam and Mr. Ganesh Kasekar are going to moderate. So all over to you. Thank you.
Morning once again, and we're going to talk today about technology. And as I mentioned during my short introduction on NFTI, that we believe that technology can bring about a change. So what we will do is I want to give about 2 to 3 minutes to each person to talk about how technology, especially things related to Web3, artificial intelligence, blockchain, AI, and whatever else, how to take the change. And believe me, apart from these things you have heard, we're going to have a surprise. We will talk so natural world, learning from natural world in textiles will make a change. And I'm going to request Dolly to speak, but before that, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Very well said. Textile industry is one of the oldest industry in the world, and of course, India happens to be having a long legacy of the textile industry and technology, which is integral part of this industry. I've been running this industry for past so many years. Now, let's not talk only of technology on this platform, but the buzzing word around in the current world. I just now sir said about natural, something related to sustainability. That's the buzzing word around in the industry. And if you are sustainable in the current world and along with the technological support, then I think nothing can stop you all from getting heights in reaching your goals in the market. So I think along with technology, let's talk about sustainability, and that should be beneficial for all.
Right, right. Thank you so much. So we're talking about a combination of technology from the traditional sense of mechanics and IT to a world which is natural. And so Dolly, please tell me what are your thoughts as far as technology is concerned from an Indian perspective. You travel the world, you understand. Do let us know.
Thank you. So, I think one, in fact, I'm not from the fashion world, I was from the IT world, but having worked with I looked at the problems that India has in terms of not being able to really position themselves across the world of our rich heritage in terms of our textiles and also our khadi products. So when we talk about anything sustainable side of it, this big buzzword internationally, both from the consumer side as well as from the point of view of technology adoption. Unfortunately, in India, we have not had it. So, promptly, when we start this market fashion thing, where we are really looking at upscaling what is our offering to two things. One is basically the technology adoption for both of visibility and stability of our products to a blockchain-based technology, which having sensitization of fashion designers as well as to the technology, and that is how I see it.
We also have an interesting question for you. You talk about metaverse, and the world is changing. And how should a young person sitting there look at the future, especially from the perspective of the digital twin, the metaverse, and how things would help them?
But if you can give me some time, I'd like to show a few slides. As late as yesterday, the Metaverse fashion show has been done in London, and I can show and demonstrate that how it can be we can have so the basic the thing is how answer your question. Fashion is something that is very exclusive. It's something that really represents, gives you an extra character to whatever you're offering. Unfortunately, all products cannot be taken internationally, but the digital mediums really allow you to take it any kind of property without any, and also it actually have immersive experience. Now, the immersive experience, something that is, there are two areas that we talked about. Blockchain. Blockchain is one of the very technology which allows mechanism in the digital world, which gives a smart edge towards the fashion industry per se, as well as the sustainability. So let's talk about the supply chain transparency, but in the fashion, I'd like to emphasize that fashion is something where we can actually create a different persona of yourself digitally. Might not be physically or be in matter, but you're participating in the event that is going on right now. There you can actually represent avatar, which is basically, and they are wearing the garments in the design. We were basically trying to really showcase what's the kind of scenario. And not only that, you can right there in the metaverse. Metaverse is nothing but a beautiful word which actually looks something done in the way. So now we are trying to really work this, and very soon we will see that this merging becomes so common that you will be seeing a lot of activity happening. And these things have become so common that now people are buying and transacting. Brands are actually adopting this and creating new products, new NFTs. It's another area where NFT you can actually sell your products, certificates of your fashion, actually have premium streams and so on. So that would basically, I would say, is where the world is moving. And having interacted with about 20 entrepreneurs I have gained a lot of insight into how the world is moving. And there are people who are working on this. But India has an edge in the technology. Down to very emerging different things. Products, I think we have a long way to go. What that's how we started promoting India as a services hub for BPOs. You can do the same thing, for with
And thank you, Dorothy, for this. So from her perspective, a different worlds of tomorrow, word which I can't even visualize. I don't know. Will we have a world with clothes or without clothes? Metaverse, I don't know. Do we really go and buy our physical clothes? I mean, will the physical clothes be just a commodity? I don't know. That's the world we need to look at. And so, you are a fashion icon. And a fashion consultant who understands say, the world within India a number of times. You understand the Indian fashion and how India should go and make a mark on the world using technology. So that is what I would like to get.
Yes, sure. Please, first let me introduce myself. I am a fashion consultant since 1995. I am from Lebanon. I study fashion designer and jewelry designer. And I travel a lot to countries of the world. I visit India since 2005, and I cooperate with a lot of designers in India. You can say from class A, Amit Agarwal, Anish Malhotra, Anish Arora, all these designers. I visit a lot of fashion week. I am invited to a lot of textile fair in India. And my role in India is mainly to help new designer, to grow their market, mainly in the Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar. So it's not easy to do this kind of business because now after Corona, everything coming digital. So about this technology, I visited last time Paris, who's next fair, and they begin to talk about this technology. But I believe that it will take time, not 1 year, 2 years. It will take more than 5 years to be acceptable, especially in our area, the Arabic country. So I think now it's better to grow your network on the digital marketing. When I say digital, I say Facebook, Instagram, and now we have TikTok, more exposure. You can sell through this network more, and you can put your design more in different kind of online shop who accept monthly design. The Indian designers are very attractive in our area. A lot of clients. I told you, mainly India, Korea, and Turkey. So each country has different style. The style of fabric in India, the embroidery design, are very famous for the lady in Arabic country. They like it. Example, when the lady goes to the store and they see Indian design or Turkish or Korea, she goes first to the Indian design. So the designers are very creative here. They need more push. I am ready to help them because my experience is 25 years in this fashion industry. I'm ready to negotiate any kind of business with all the designers, guide them and help them to grow the market there and put their product also in some exhibition there because I believe that the new generation, they have a lot of ideas. So
You have a question?
Yeah, Mr. Ramesh, I would like to ask you a question about you have been looking into the industry in the past, and in a world we are hit by Corona and the wars, and travel is a challenge, and we try to do it through tourism today. That's the kind of work which we can do by physical interaction is much more simpler, easier, and not everything can be done with technology.
can be first example when the client know the designer and he see it physically. After he can order and he can demand from any country of all. But first he must see and test the quality. And we face, to be clear with you, we face some problem with some Indian designer about the length of the order and some quality. I mean not too much, maybe 5 to 10%. Because also sometimes when we became Corona since 2 years, so a lot of orders have delayed not only in India and in Korea and different countries. So if they know and see the quality first, physical, guarantee after they can order online because there is 2 3 famous platform in India. They accept a lot of order from Arabic region.
Very interesting. So I'm going to ask the moderator this. So So you know, you are from an organization called GOTS, and certifications are an important element to you. Do you think certification process, without the need for a physical interaction, maybe on the sample side also, can that make a change? I don't know, things are not that, but is that possible?
Certification claims are not that easy. There are a lot of things to be evaluated, a lot of things to be highlighted, a lot of things to be, is the test numbers for all these things. So just having a physical sample in your hand and going ahead and say, okay, this is sustainable, is not going to be that easy. As very first man said that there's a, the point she raised was of traceability. And when we talk of all such compliances claims or sustainability claims or such certifications, the traceability should be very clear right from the origin up to the final product. And the entire supply chain should be a part of this, not only this, but also the surrounding industry around the supply chain should be a core and part of the certification processes. So it's but obvious that just by having a digital image or just by having a product in your hand, you can claim it to be sustainable. You have to follow all the stringent and rigorous policies and the standard policies laid down by all the standards to claim your product to be sustainable, and that's the only way.
Maybe blockchain can do something there.
Of course, when we talk of plastics, blockchains are going to be an integral part of all this, and various certification bodies, even the standard owners like us, are also looking upon all these type of solutions in future. We are working on all those parameters.
Very interesting, very interesting. So I want to move on to the next person there, and that is no, that's man. Because I want to keep you for the last, and want to hear from you that what is possible in the trade using technology as a medium, and how we can go about it. You are fine.
Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure. See, I've been designing for the past 5 years. Yeah. I know that, yes, I think the future. Louder. Okay, so I think we are caught up in this movement that has made of losing our identity, creating sustainable products because it's plagued by low cost imitations, and that's the huge problem that I see and I want to address that. So definitely the way out is only with our AI and blockchain, and now we talk about smart textiles, or it's called electronic textiles, where the component is fixed and you know what the fabric is all about, you know about fashion. And we talk about our industry as the largest provider of employment, and still we cannot boast of the great economy. So how are we going to do? Have to pay to protect the handlooms, except I addressing the handlooms only. Of course, textile is a part of it. And I've been working with weavers for many years, and I've seen this weave of the past 20 years, and it's still the same level. So we definitely need intervention. We need intervention as well as technology. And I'm thinking of also ergonomics. You cannot only keep talking about your 200-year-old history or whatever, because I have also experienced the rooms which are which help you explore your creativity. It's not about skills. Even an 8-year-old child can sit on the room and read. So that is economics. You need to evolve there. So that is the change that we can make with our AI or whatever IT that we're using. That is the little activity, but I can, yes, of course, I do resonate with all of it.
I have a question. No. Yeah. You specifically mentioned the handling industry. When we talk of all these technology and the claims and everything, for bigger industries, they are quite ready. They have the expertise, they have the team to come under the scope of various standards and compliances. But when we talk of such a decentralized sector like handlooms, where one particular man may be having a loop in his home, he may be making the finest of the products, finest of the quality, but unfortunately, because of some sort of the other things, he cannot make himself sustainable or can't make that his product as standard to the top companies. If we really want to bring these decentralized sector under one roof and elevate them from a certain level to a top level, I'm sure that you must be doing this, and I would like to understand what are the challenges that you are facing while elevating their position from one position, to elevate them to a top
There's
position.
a lot of things happening, and a lot of lobbying, and then of course we speak about the leaders, their jobs, and we talk about the shows that are creating. And many things are happening. So it always starts with your farm. You need to connect to your land first. Start with your farming. So the farm to move. So and the small scale industries need intervention. They are the ones who need intervention, who need support. We should have more training centers in all these pockets, where they are the main ones who need support, because they are not laborers, they are artisans. So we should be proud of them, but they're not treated them that way. So that is where we need to make a huge difference. We need to change that, our mindsets. So it is sustainable. We have to leave less carbon footprints, and this is the right direction to go. We need that support. Small scale industries should enjoy what they're doing. With the economics of the rooms, they should, because they know it's not only about skills, it's also about creativity, and your mind will expand, and you're doing and giving back to society in a very your own way. So, and a small job will become a motion.
And thanks to the answer, I think we have a lot of things to be done together, so I'll call you next time.
And so we'll be discussing some very interesting issues. Biomimicry in textiles. Does that even make sense? Or can we use this as a concept to create new product lines, new thoughts, link it with technology and move forward? So you're a scientist, and let's hear from it.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank all the panelists who are here, organizers of this Conclave, Global Speed Conclave. So I'm extremely thankful for inviting me, to interact with you people. I'm a representation of Mother Nature, and sir has given me an opportunity to communicate with you people from Mother Nature. So I'm thankful for that. Day before yesterday, we just met at.
We just met in Kavanda's house.
Day before yesterday, and we spoke about something, and they said that you have to be here for the interaction. So that much, kind of impetus or support, NIFT, and I'm Khadi and Una giving to the panelists also. So students should mark on this particular point. So this is the kind of support they are extending. So yes, definitely there are certain things that we basically were working for unraveling the secrets of Mother Nature. So unraveling the Nisarga Sutra, I must say, because if we unravel the Nisarga Sutra, the technology what we are having today, millions of years, this technology are already existing, nature, and we are just mimicking nature. So what is the biomimicry? It's nothing but the imitation of technology, imitation of nature. Okay. So what animals and plants and even microbes, they're having a very effective solution in Mother Nature, and they are based on different aspects or attributes. Aesthetic, durability, then functioning, and price. And how much inputs you are putting into that comes to the price, but more importantly, the functionality in nature. So how our product is going to be function, their durability, and their aesthetic part and pricing. So these are the four components that are most important, and these four components are already there in Mother Nature. So here comes the importance of the biomimicry. So basically, in biomimicry, you can see there are a number of important points like super hydrophobicity, self-cleaning, self-repair, energy conservation, drag reduction, dry adhesion, adaptive growth, and so on. So basically, if you take an example, why these fabrics are there, why these things are there, basically they are a protective mechanism. Okay, they also act as a cushioning mechanism, and even they act as a in aesthetic to attract. So protection, attraction, and then nurturing of their young ones, or probably because if you can see leaf structure, if you can see a seed, there you will find a different kind of fabric. A seed having a cushion of a certain plant material, which may act as a thermoregulator. It can, protect the seed from the thermal shocks. So, my, suggestion or my appeal to the NIFT or I'm having or rest of the panelists here that we have to, go to our basic, go to our roots, explore various technology in Mother Nature, and we have to give, support, or we have to extend all kind of support to the basic sciences, basically. So NIFT or I am Khadi, we should have a separate entity who can explore various technologies which are there in nature, which can promote, which can support those people. They can definitely come up with various ideas. Because I'm a basically scientist. I'm Dr. Sachin Punekar, founder of Biospheres. You all know Biosphere is the places on Mother Earth where life dwells, basically. And I'm published a very small book, a 2.5 kg. So if you don't really use it as a, for your exercise. So you can find the 1,000-color photographs over here. So this is the work of say 9 years of work that we have put in this particular book. So we have extensively researched in forest areas, and we have documented all flora, fauna, their kind of interactions in that. So my earnest request is, sir, if you can provide kind of support to the basic sciences, they will come up with very new ideas, and that we can easily mimic into the technologies. So it's my humble request to you, sir.
So from a functionality perspective, let's look and explore. We've not done that in reality.
Yeah.
There is some work which has happened, but this gives us a direction.
Yes.
What Mother Nature does it in reality. Can we bring some of those concepts in the fashion industry? And when the minute we start talking about sustainability, these elements start becoming important. And we start to look at technology and let's use
May I talk?
yes, yes.
See, there are technologies. I would like to cite one or two examples. You all aware about, chromatogaster ant. म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये त्याला मुंगी म्हणतात, मुंगी. तर मुंगीकडनं शिकण्यासारखं पण खूप आहे.
Can you also speak in English? We have and delegates.
Yeah. See, there is a species of ant, ant. It belongs to the genus called as chromatogaster. You know what it does? That ant basically harvests, certain grass epidermis. Okay. Certain silica-rich material from the grasses, and with the saliva of that silica-rich grass material, they prepare a kind of material, and they build a very fine nest right in the canopy of the forest, and that is called as pagoda ant. Pagoda ant. You can Google it, pagoda ants. So basically, that fabric or material is hydrophobic in nature, and that particular nest, pagoda ant, they are typical of high precipitation areas in Western Ghats. So not a single drop of water goes inside the nest. Okay. So we have to learn from this insect because they have been using this technology for millions of years. So we have to decode Mother Nature. We have to unravel the sutra with certain things. So there are a number of examples. We used to being a researcher, we used to see these technologies. They are existing in the nature. We have to simply observe it and made an application and made into this kind of technology which human being wants today, and for the human being comfort that we can mimic that. So there are a number of things. Even you can take an example of a tree bark. Why the bark of the trees are different? So you can get different designs, you can get different textures, and that those designs are already existing in Mother Nature. So similarly, there are pollen grains. Similarly, there are seeds which have different surface coating. They may be echinate, they may be hairy, they may be smooth. Why they are so? Because असं नाहीये की देवाला वाटलं की बाबा आज गुळगुळीत सीड सर्कल जावाय एकाला वायर की त्याला काटे हवे असं नाहीये. There is a rationale behind this. There is a science behind this, and we have to unravel those secrets with the help of researchers. So definitely we can unravel that, and we will definitely bring into the technology what human being wants today, and that is the need of art.
Thank you. You've heard a totally different perspective. You're a fashion consultant.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to ask this. Have you heard and this as a direction in which fashion industry can go? Using biomimicry, understanding what is happening in Mother Nature, and using that as a design across both and functionality.
This can be done, but it will take time to let the client understand this technology. It's not easy. People not understand now how they can buy, for example, Roberto Cavalli in Poland on the online. So I think it will take time for the people and the client understand, but it will be successful in the final, and the people they will love it and they will buy it. Sure. Now, as I mentioned, people and the student must go and understand such kind of technology, but they cannot sell now. I think they cannot sell now. It will take time to reach this opportunity. And the mentality of different regions in all the countries, let's say in Europe, I'm also based. When I am in Stockholm and when I come to Kuwait, there is different mentality. Short example, in Europe, they buy everything online. But if we're talking about our area where there is a lot of money, they don't buy everything online. They want to see and they want to touch this kind of things. But they begin especially after Corona, they begin buying. But my guide to the designer, all this new designer, not only focus on the design. No. You have to go to the price. Price is very important. And the Indian designer, they have a lot of competitors in different countries, as I say, UK and Korea and China. So, and after Corona, the embroidery worked less on the design. We can say, example, bridal gowns can be by client before around 15,000 euro, but now she cannot pay more than 5,000 euro about this. And now the fashion, if you talk all around the world, is not more on the embroidery. It's more on the design and the price. So we have to follow these two things when you have to grow your name. Any designer from you, he can sell whatever. But you want to follow these 3 points, the design and the quality of the fabric and the price. Because if I travel a lot and the client, he first check the price. It's not like before. He check the price and then he can take the size of the design and then he can buy. This is the life now. We cannot go back. So this thing is very important for now.
Thank you. 2 minutes on what you heard, and if you could summarize from your perspective. And I will ask this to each one of you, based on the discussion we have had, what are your thoughts on, before I open this to questions, comments and observations,
Yeah, as far as yeah. So when we talk about biomimicry, there's something actually follow the international, the Stanford and MIT have been doing a lot of research on biomimicry. I happened to attend one of the very recently, 2 months back, a workshop on how to use biomimicry in the fashion area. And I'd like to share three examples. One in terms of aesthetics. In terms of aesthetics, the biomimicry has been adopted mostly in the fashion industry by the use of the mermaid. Mermaid is half fish, half human kind of representation, which I don't know that it really exists or not. But there's a lot of research which has happened in that area, and the fish-like structure has been adopted in the fashion industry in a big way by developing gowns which give the kind of flexibility what a fish has. The fins basically give the breathing ability to the fins that are there. So that has been mimicked in the gowns and so on. So this is one example. The other example that personally interested me a lot is the use of not pure fashion, but basically smart wearables, where the technologies, the biomimicry of two examples like we have in India, we have a plant which is called Chui. I don't remember the technical name of it, catch me not. The technical name is basically the presentation where you can, what it does is when you catch it, it basically contracts. There is a proper chemical analysis of why this happens. And if that is mimicked in the garments that we wear, it becomes smart, this thing, and it gives you an indication that there is some danger around you. And that can be really, that sense can be really related to multiple set of people. So there's a lot of research happening on it. The third example, which is the most relevant to us in India, is silk rearing. Currently, our silk rearing has a lot of problems in the way we are actually doing silk, and there is a lot of waste which is happening. And a lot of people complain about the cruelty to the process per se for the worms which are there. So to really do this, MIT has been working on it, on creating a cocoon relief kind of structure where the silk is basically being weaved right in a big, huge kind of a dough in which the worm is really going across, and by mimicking the kind of hive that the bees use, as well as combining the silk spinning process and the whole worms and all are basically placed in that structure, and it keeps moving in those beehive kind of structure, and the silk really gets basically spun out of that particular process rather than killing the. This is a very example of how two different types have been made and basically brought in to really improve the production of it. So in nutshell, what we need to do is to really learn from what the researchers are doing and how we can adapt it in the overcoming the problems of the fashion industry. Fashion has a lot of and they have this most polluting, second largest polluting sector, but at the same time, it has a lot of potential in terms of earning revenues. And it's about, if we really look at the circular economy, it is going to really be touching $2.5 trillion kind of economy. And right now it is $2.5 trillion, and it is expected to grow to $5 trillion economy. And what is the kind of aim that India has? I think if we really touch on the circular economy model, we can actually achieve $5 trillion. We can continue towards that $5 trillion just by using fashion technology. And it includes all the aspects of removing the inefficiencies
examples how this can be done on ground. And we've seen that if you learn in the topic which you brought in, and use that variables. Dr. Rashmi here, Adamsi here. Okay, a smart variable incubator. Please reach out to Dr. Rashmi if you can say what's happening in the nature, and you can put this on ground. She's a great resource person to have here. So, and our friend here has seen these young, vibrant would-be designers and people from the industry. If you want to move forward, you want to reach out to the Middle East, person to go to, you can actually meet him, talk to him. You're building a business, if you reach a certain stage, and you want to talk about.
Yes. About my experience, I love the Indian designer. I like their design. So for me, I am ready to cooperate with them, to open market for them. Whatever is younger, new generation, professional, you can communicate with me through email. You can send me your portfolio, your design. I am open to promote them, and also if they need to go and work in the Gulf country, I am ready to help them, to do business with them, because there is a lot of demand for the Indian designer in the Gulf country. So no hesitate to contact me anytime. I will send my contact with the company after.
Thank you so much for this offer. The fashion fraternity, both students and the designers and the industry, please take this offer and work with them. We would be more than happy to support you. Ma'am from National Institute is here, should be in a position to support you and we'll move forward. And while we are talking about this, our friend who's talking about biomimicry wants to say something.
Thank you, Sir, for the See, we were discussing about various examples. I would like to cite one very small example. There is a bee called as stingless bee. You know, stingless bee or a solitary bee. Generally, in the forest area, there is a plant called as Canarium strictum. So basically, it uses out secondary metabolites, some chemicals. So the bee harvests that particular, secondary metabolites, bring back to the nest and plaster the nest, because the secondary metabolites, they are antimicrobial in nature. Okay, so there should not be any infection to the nest. So in textile industries, in the leather, or maybe it is clothes in moisture rich area, there may be you will find certain infections in the clothes or leather. So if you can use that secondary metabolites in those textile products, probably we can avoid this infection. So we have to mimic from the nature, learn basics from the nature. And sir, I would like to suggest one thing. Definitely in the digital era, we have a number of initiatives which create a kind of awareness about various products of textiles and other things. But we have a number of entities like different government departments, like postal department. So if we can make judicial use of the postal department, we can do wonders. Probably we have GI tag textile products in India. So if you can maybe publish kind of pictorial postcard on GI tag textile products of India, or probably different states or different provinces, they have their unique products with us. So to promote our own products, if you can have such pictorial postcard with us. So this is our plan. It's a pictorial postcard, and it is a government approved pictorial postcard. And from our each state, if you can promote pictorial postcards of our product, that will be the biggest impetus for our product. So we can sensitize people and we can reach across the globe with our local product. So that thing I would like to share with you. Similarly, we can have a special cover. It is called as Vishesh Avaran of Postal Department, and you can see here it is Solapur Sadar. Solapur Sadar, it is there on the special cover, and actually it's a piece of cloth. Here you can see. It's a piece of Solapur Sadar on the special cover. So similarly, our products, if we can put on special cover, we can sensitize the glow. Similarly, we have very important indigenous products like घोंगडी. आपले धनगर आहे, nomads आहे. So घोंगडी is the fine product, and we are only restricted to the as a blanket. But number of things we can do wonders with the घोंगडी. So such native products, our ethnic knowledge should properly tap and bring into technology to promote our basically ethnic science. Thank you. Thanks for the offer.
Ma'am, would you like to say something on this?
What each one has spoken, I think will resonate with all of us out here. And all I would like to say is we need to be more conscious. We should know what we are buying and what goes behind the making of it. That's very important. If each one of us do that, I think we are going to be better world. And I'm sure handlooms can really be glorified like in the past. We should be progressing in leaps and bounds.
Thank you for that. I would like to open this for questions. There are a lot of people who want to ask questions.
Yeah, but we'll allow 3.
You have more if there is.
We'll see. So one is this lady you have lifted up your hand. I'll come to you next.
Dr. Rashmi.
Absolutely. So I'm coming closer to that. The thing is, to all, like, I told God from God, study present, and it talks about organic textile standards. And time and again, like, we also being a faculty, our students who want to do several projects related to sustainability, and then we pull them back, saying, first you need to understand what is sustainability. Very often they get confused between organic and sustainable. And I understand organic is a subset of like everything which is organic cannot be sustainable. It not be. So I was just like you people were discussing. So what are your opinions like from all of you about the sustainable apparel coalition which has come up with fixed index, trying to standardize? You were talking how to say which is sustainable. So they have to score, and we teach them partially. We do not have a licensed version. So what are your opinion like? Can that be one tool? Because I have people like you are from biospheres. So people are from that environment. So I would like to know so that they also get benefited out of this. So what is your take on it?
Thanks. That question is really close to our hearts. First of all, there is very minute difference between what is natural and what is organic. Everything is, we need to understand the basic difference between this. Since we all are here from the textile fraternity, I would just like to take one. I would like to give a small example how we differentiate between what is organic. Cotton happens to be we call cotton as the king of fibers because it is the most dominantly used fiber across the world. And then we are very proud to announce and we are very proud to know that world's 51% of organic cotton supply comes from India. 51% of certified organic cotton comes from India. In addition to that, more than almost we are having 15,000, close to 15,000 certified companies which are producing organic textiles. And within that also, again, India is the topmost supplier of organic textiles in the global world. So the responsibility along with the pride is more on us. The standard is based on three parameters: social, environmental, and ethical. These are the three big pillars of the organic, the GOTS standard. If you keep on going, talking about GOTS itself, it will take a whole day, but I would like to clear only one point that you have asked me over here. What is the difference? In the organic standard of the textiles, we don't allow any genetically modified organisms. We don't allow any GMO seed or cotton which is grown by using GMO seed to be covered under the GOTS. All the other fibers which are grown naturally as per the organic and which falls under the iPhone family. In India, the organic standard is governed by APIDA. Likewise, in US and in Europe, there are various other agencies which cover this term organic. In many of the countries, like in US, the word organic is legally protected. So, as an advisory, I would like to tell you that when you are using this word organic for your business perspective, please keep in mind that which country you are exporting to, because somewhere it is legally protected and you should not be, have a victim of having a wrong claims on your product, which will harm your name and harm our country's name also, because we are practicing organic farming. So this is the major difference, that we don't allow genetically modified organism seeds. All natural, all the cotton and every like silk and all should be grown in a natural processes. And there is a complete system how to be followed. We are very much open. I mean, previously past also for this, my ex-colleagues have already organized some training sessions, some for the students, and we always welcome such moves. And if you need, we can always come to the institute and give a special training program and one-day seminar for explaining about in-depth knowledge about the organic textiles. So I think for now, consider time constraint, this is okay.
Would anybody like to add to this? We have another question from another case.
Okay, if I can just add
Okay.
2 cents. I'm coming up with the sustainable fashion aspect. When we really talk about sustainable fashion, the definition of this sustainable fashion is movement is the movement and process of positive change to fashion products into fashion system towards greater ecological integrity and social justice. This is how it is defined. So when we talk about that, sustainable fashion concerns not just addressing fashion textiles or products, but also addressing the whole system of fashion. There is where the differentiation basically lies. When we really use sustainable fashion, we are not only addressing the textile or the basic system, but the whole value chain, whole supply chain. And when we look at this thing, there are the social aspects, the cultural aspects, the ecological, and the financial system. That's often ignored. When we talk about sustainable products, and we really have the production done in Bangladesh or India and being used in US, that's not sustainable fashion. Because there is so much of cost which is really incurred in transportation, which actually loses out the sustainability aspect. At the same time, when we really look at, we also have to look at the user. The user is a very important element which gets missed out when we are talking about standards. When we are talking about, so the consumer, the way he is consuming the, but also on the consumption process. We have to sensitize the users to use sustainable fashion, which has to be done through prongs, from the production side as well as from the consumption side, where all of these will come together to form what is called system thinking approach, where we really bring in multiple stakeholders together and try to find out how it is ties towards a more sustainable.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Ms. Kanika, you want to?
So I'd like to address this to the doctor scientists. So you mentioned, that example of this Sholapur chadar. So, I think, isn't it important to make our traditional arts and crafts contextual? And I think that is where the designers come in. I mean, I design so much in the segment of home fashions and, hotel fashions. I would love to use a chadar, okay, on a bed back of a hotel, the rooms. But the point is, it's so difficult, transforming their mindsets. If one has to really do some kind of a jugalbandi with the craftsman, in terms of the designer has to make that extra leap, extra step. And I think 50 years back, whatever the Sholapur chadar was and everything else now traditional, arts and crafts was all very good, because now the times have changed. Just as you are embracing technology and, like Adam said, metaverse, same way I think we have to take leaps and bounds in transforming the artisans to meet what the consumer wants today. So I think that's going to be an extra effort, and that's where then acceptance for the crafts will also come, because we have so much wealth in the same, this field.
It's a very valid observation, rather I said. Actually, there is a dire need of a kind of literacy, awareness, and capacity building. म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये मी सांगत झालं तर आपल्या परंपरेच्या whatever tradition we have to have a kind of literacy for that, ethnic products and other things, awareness. We are lacking it. म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये एक म्हण आहे, काखेत कळसाने गावाला वळतात. Everything is there around you, but we are looking something different. See, we have Solapur Chadar over here. The Solapur Chadar is building like anything. In my childhood days, I used to, take Solapur Chadar, but now it has vanished from my house. It is all about the perspective. We are not, identifying. We are not promoting. We are not respecting our own products. So we have to, change our mindset first. That let us respect our own products first. And that kind of awareness, education, right from the childhood, we need to bring in the people. Then there will be demand. If our own people are not respecting and acknowledging our own product, how we are expecting that the foreigners will come and buy the Solapur Chadar? We are lacking somewhere. So it is our humble duty to promote our own product. So let us buy Solapur Chadar first.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Doctor, we'll take one question from a student. Any one student, we need one opinion or a question from a student, please. Who would like to? Any one student? Yeah, please come. Please come. Please come. Mr. Pradeep will ask the question.
So basically, when we get cotton in the agriculture sector, how we see a cotton that we use tons and tons of liters of water. So I did that when growing hemp would be more sustainable. So why we are not utilizing in the production?
Very interesting question. Who would like to take this? Question is legalization of hemp across the states. So it is legal in certain places. We incidentally have a startup within the hemp system in Delhi, which is already using hemp-based apparel, and that's being sold in a major way. We are supporting them. And yes, Donna, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, so actually, there is a proper policy under MSME which can help you to really legalize hemp-related production. It's only that you have to give an undertaking, and your area might be the way it is custom bounded area. Likewise, you have to bound your area in which you are taking the hemp, and that hemp you have to give an undertaking that this is going to be only used for the fabric production process. There is a proper mechanism for that. We actually had a session in Delhi, Khadi, where we brought in an expert and the MSME DI, which is the MSME Development Institute. This was brought up, and I think you want to know more, we can help you. We have that recorded and we can possibly share that.
I would like to add a small point on. Hello? Yeah. Thing is, as far as the hemp is concerned, we as a standard owners also have included hemp fiber to be certified as organic. Like we can have certified organic hemp fiber. Only thing is that the source, I mean the farming where the hemp is going to be cultivated, it should be certified as per the local regulations of the country. What the Indian government has made the regulations for growing the hemp. If it compliances to that, then that hemp can be considered as a basic raw material to manufacture an organic hemp product as well. There are small projects which are already in pipeline. There are certain groups of farmers or certain organizations in regions like Uttarakhand and all where there are small projects going on for hemp. And I think in coming days, because there are some big groups who are actually looking forward for manufacturing hemp products, and right now they are trying to source this hemp, the raw material from the other countries. One of the major hub for manufacturing of the hemp fiber and hemp garments. So the future looks to be positive.
See, hemp has been traditionally used. That you all aware. So we have Magenta and Ellora Cave, you all heard of. You know, in the building material, hemp was prolifically used because of its durability. So I think we should also look into the, and sir, whether we have any branch in textile industry to address the value, textile material or something like that.
Faculty members of left, you have an observation to make on this?
Faculty members of NIFT.
Like we have
Any observation, please?
paleontology. So is there any branch what we have in paleo textile kind of thing? It is there.
You can raise your hand. I'll come to you. Any faculty member from NIFT?
Yeah, some faculty members there. If we do not have, so let's look at.
Yes. So we need to establish. We need to establish the faculty which can look for. Yeah.
So under the Indian government, there is a new emphasis on technical textiles, and then is being included in it the use of hemp for technical textiles. So technical textiles are across multiple sectors, automobile, in terms of construction, in terms of healthcare, and so on and so forth. There are multiple sectors, especially in terms of the sportswear, software, and so on. So this is a new impetus of the government of India to really create at least out of the new proposed 9 textiles park, at least majority of them are going to be very addressing the technical textiles. And if any application area, then there could be a separate textile part which is going to be really done for using these indigenous materials which are locally sourced.
Thank you very much. We had a wonderful session, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big round of applause to our moderators and our panelists, and thank you so much for sharing so much knowledge. Don't worry, they're not going away. You can catch them at the lunch table on a one-to-one. Could you talk to them one-to-one if they have a question? Yeah, great. But don't go away, because I want to request our Director General, Dr. Glory Swarup Sunchu, to please join Sonia ji to honor all our panelists with a memento. Dr. Gloria Swarup, please. Thank you. Please come up, Madam, and Sonia ji. So first, to the lady closest to me, Mrs. Dolly Basine, founder, Smart Edge. Big round of applause. Thank you. We'll give the ladies first, so Madam, you have to go right there. Ms. Sakina Ansari, National President, WICCI National Handloom Council. And now to our international guest, Mr. Ramesh Basmaji, founder of Fabus Kuwait. Thank you for your presence, sir. To Sri Sachin Punekar ji, founder, president, and principal scientist, Biospheres. And finally, to Sri Ganesh Kasekar ji, representative in South Asia, Global Organic Textile Standards. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for. May I invite you to stand up for a group photograph, please? Yes, please join in, please. Madam, please join in. Yes, please join in. Is it okay up, or shall I get them down? It's okay up. Okay, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear students and excellencies, this was the panel discussion, technology. Please give one final round of applause to our great panelists, moderators, and to Mr. Yasari. Thank you. I am announcing lunch. Kindly go for lunch, but before that, we have got exhibition stalls. So the moment you see a long line at the lunch counter, visit the exhibition stalls. Some of them will leave at 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. Thank you. We'll see you after lunch.